There's a skill in writing that doesn't get talked about much because it doesn't look impressive. It won't get you compliments. No one will point at it and say, "That's the thing." It doesn't sound like talent. It doesn't feel like creativity. It's quieter than that. It's the ability to stay with a thought just a little longer than is comfortable. Most writing feels hard not because we don't have ideas, but because we abandon them too early. We get halfway into a sentence, sense a little friction, and bail. We jump to a new angle, a new word, a new idea that feels easier, cleaner, more promising. But the effortlessness people chase in writing doesn't come from finding better ideas. It comes from not leaving the current one. There's a moment, right in the middle of writing, where things get slightly unclear. The sentence isn't landing yet. The thought isn't fully formed. It feels like you're reaching into something just out of range. That's usually where people stop. They backspace, they rephrase, they start over, or worse, they convince themselves the idea wasn't that good to begin with. But if you stay, if you resist the urge to escape, you start to notice something. The sentence begins to finish itself, not in a magical way, in a patient way. You add one more word, then another. You let it be slightly imperfect, slightly awkward, slightly unfinished, and instead of collapsing, the thought starts to stabilize. It becomes clearer because you didn't interrupt it. This is the quiet skill, not brilliance, not speed, not vocabulary, just staying with the sentence, staying with the idea, staying through the part where it almost makes sense. And the strange part is, when you do this enough, writing starts to feel easier. Not because it is easier, but because you've stopped fighting the natural shape of thinking. Most people try to write like they already understand what they're about to say. But effortless writing comes from allowing yourself to understand it while you're saying it. That's a different posture. Less control, more trust. You're not forcing clarity, you're letting it arrive. And once you feel that, even once, you start to recognize it the next time. That moment where things are almost there, where leaving would be easier, but staying would be better. That's the moment that changes everything. Because writing doesn't become effortless when you get better ideas. It becomes effortless when you stop leaving them halfway through. Thanks for listening. Catch The Quiet Quotient on YouTube and all major podcast platforms. To help us grow and keep supporting creators, please like, follow, and subscribe. Want to get in touch? Connect with me directly at jimhansonmedia.com.